What's up, everyone? My name is Dylan Walker for Yahoo Esports. I've got Scott Mercer here from the Overwatch team. There is a new hero on the loose, Anna Amari.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit of her backstory?
Sure. So, we'll start with the big thing. She's Farah's mother.
Okay.
So she was one of the original members of Overwatch. We actually had in some of our previous media, you actually saw Anna as a much younger soldier. She's someone that's been there for Overwatch for quite some time. She was like their preeminent sniper. And part of her story is that she faced off against Widowmaker and decided to, at the very last moment to not shoot. And she got injured pretty badly. Everyone even thought she was dead. But now she's decided to pick up her biotic rifle again, join the fight once more, but a little bit more from the shadows, a little bit more like indirect. And she's not necessarily with her biotic rifle. She's not about necessarily taking out enemies. Now she can heal her allies as well, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, so she's got a lot of utility.
Yes.
And we just talk about her a little bit. So, like you said, she is a sniper, but
She's a support.
She's a support sniper.
Right.
Okay. So you can basically, it's just like you're shooting your friend, but you're healing them.
Yes.
But she also does damage with it as well.
Yes,
right?
depending upon who you hit. If you hit an enemy, they take some damage like very quickly over time. If you hit a friendly target, they get healed for some health in a very short amount of time.
Okay, so it's a dot and hot, right? Damage over time, heal over
very
time.
fast ones.
Very quickly, and it's point based, not percentage based or anything like that.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So she also has this other kind of like friend or foe reversible jacket thing with her grenade, I think, biotic grenade.
Yes, biotic grenade.
So she throws it, and it will damage an enemy nearby. But if a friendly is nearby, it will also heal them.
Yes, but that's not like sort of the. That's awesome in and of itself because she can like throw it at her feet and heal herself if she needs to really quickly. But one of the best things about it is that to further go down that route of like bad things to enemies, great things for our friends. If she hits an ally with the biotic grenade, not only do they get healed, but further healing that happens to them for short-term times is actually doubled.
Wow!
So you can hit an ally with the biotic grenade, and then you can shoot them with the biotic rifle, and you basically doubled your healing throughput while they're under the effect of the grenade. And on the inverse side, if you hit an enemy with a biotic grenade, any healing that they take is zeroed out.
Wow!
They can't actually be healed at all, which.
That's
Roadhogs are already not really liking that too much, but it's pretty powerful.
So if they're under the effect, a allied hero will take increased healing
from all sources,
double
and
healing
that's not
from
just
all sources.
Yeah, so it's something where you can like throw the biotic grenade, they get the effect that doubles their healing, and then a mercy can come by like quickly and just super fast, like fill up their health, which is great on tanks, of course.
So it's crazy. If you see a bad engagement happening, you can try and it's a skill shot essentially. Like if you can land the grenade on an allied hero, which I'm sure is that difficult to do.
Depends on how close they are.
Okay. Can you like across the map try and?
You can throw it a pretty good distance.
Okay. So my next question, she has the sleep dart, which is a separate weapon, right? It's their sidearm.
She can fire it and it goes on cooldown.
So it puts an enemy in sleep, right? It's a tranquilizer, essentially.
Sure. They essentially fall down asleep for 6 seconds, but if you damage them during that 6 seconds, they will wake back up. So it's something where you have to work with your team to make sure it's like, hey, I'm sleeping this flare that's up in the sky, raining justice down. Make sure don't break that sleep too soon.
Well, I laugh just because I can imagine the Pharaoh just being like, oh.
Yep.
It's like falling.
It's pretty awesome. It's awesome to see.
So
you can also do it against bastions that are deployed.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's so satisfying.
So 6 seconds seems like kind of a lifetime a little bit. When you do the damage to wake them up, it takes the full, there's no like shield or anything.
No.
So you could line it up for like a Hanzo arrow or a Widowmaker's like a huge burst damage and just finish them off. Wow. So my next question, her ultimate nano boost. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. She can effectively boost a teammate, sort of creates a situation where that teammate, they do more damage, they take less damage, they move faster. It kind of sort of just supercharges a teammate, turns them into a complete monster. So during early play tests, we've already seen you nano boost a Reinhardt, and he's just swinging his hammer back and forth and just like cleaving through everyone, and it's like, get away, but you can't.
Yeah.
Because he's moving faster now.
Yeah.
And then you're like, sure, well, kill him. And it's like, oh, he's taking half damage, and Anna's sitting way in the back, healing him with the rifle.
With the rifle and grenade.
It creates some really awesome situations.
I can't imagine putting that on like Genji and then having him ult as well. And
it's pretty good. It's like I said, it's great on like any of the tanks because they're really large hit point pools. It can be really good before a character like Reaper like does a Death Blossom. Usually it's like he's Death Blossom and kill him.
Everyone
and
turn.
Like, well, now he's not taking as much damage anymore. It's much harder to do that. So there's a lot of uses for it. You can make some really impactful plays, like especially when you're working together with your team.
So this movement speed boost, it stacks with Lucio's speed boost as well. Okay, that's crazy. So
Really
when you have both those, you just go zoom, 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 zoom,
yeah,
zoom.
you're moving around like crazy.
I can't imagine that with like Tracer or something like that. It's got to be next level control point maps.
We'll see.
You'll be there instantly.
But it is an ultimate. I mean, that's the thing to remember with Anna. Like, it's something where it's like she can only do it so many times.
That's
like
true.
during a team fight. So you shouldn't expect like you shouldn't be yelling at your Anna to like do it to
all the
with
time.
Nano boost like all the time.
Right.
She does have to like earn that ultimate.
So how do you see Anna affecting like current like team comps? Do you think she's going to have play like on the competitive level? Where do you see her fitting in the meta here?
This is a support character that I think is really sort of made for players who are like more highly skilled, who have the skill to be able to hit those like long range shots. So in the professionals, of course, that's something right up their alley.
Right.
Again, we'll have to see because like all the supports like bring these really impactful abilities, whether or not it's Mercy's Resurrection or Lucio's like big shielding. So we'll have to see like she brings another like sort of thing, and how does that mix up? Because do we still have a meta where there's only like 2 supports, or do we end up having a situation where since she does like pretty good damage with her sniper rifle too, does she have a role as maybe a 3rd support? We don't really know, and that's I think part of the like really sort of exciting thing. Whenever we like bring a new hero in, it's like how does that hero like shake up the meta? Like what can players do with it? And what we really try to do when we make a hero is like, hey, let's cram as much awesome into that character and make sure that they're like super impactful. They have this like amazing fantasy, this that they feel overpowered, right? Because that's something all our heroes feel overpowered. Right. They feel great, but like how does that like mix up everything? We're not sure, and that's half the fun.
So a sniper support, I gotta ask, was there any like influences, anything that you looked at and you're like, oh, that's really cool, we could do something like that? I have not heard about a sniper support in any other kind of game.
I think for Anna, it was really something where we were definitely looking to add another support to our lineup. It's one of the roles we have the fewest like heroes representing it, and Symmetra's not even like a healer, so she brings all this awesome utility, but we definitely want another healer as well. So, but at the same time, we really wanted to have a support that spoke or that people of like higher skill could see themselves playing.
Yeah.
So that's where the sniper part of it comes in. And actually, we talked about it. Hey, we could probably use another sniper too. We really only have 2. With Hanzo and Widowmaker, another character that could potentially like face off against those. The Hanzos and Widowmakers is also a really nice bonus. So a lot of things basically like locked into place, and it was like, oh, it made perfect sense. And that's the kind of thing of like going forward with our new heroes. We're always sort of looking. It's like, hey, where is there something like new and creative that we can add to Overwatch? Do we have an idea where it's like, oh, it'd be really awesome to have this hero in Overwatch because it'll bring this ability. It's not just a matter of like filling in holes. It's really about what's the next like awesome hero that we can bring to Overwatch. And we got some more ideas like coming forward after Anna, and we'll see.
All right, well, I want to say thank you for talking to me and giving a little bit of depth into Anna. I'm so excited to play her. She sounds super cool.
She's a lot of fun.
I believe you. I'm really jealous that you've gotten to actually have hands-on before I do.
Yeah, but everyone will be able to do that on PTR and in the game soon.
Awesome. Well, this is Yahoo Esports.